It has to happen immediately after the George Kambosos mandatory fight for Teofimo Lopez. That fight was postponed due to a positive COVID test for Teofimo Lopez. It's still in the air whether it'll be in August or September. But the news here is that the Lopez camp is willing to grant VASILY Lomachenko a rematch, especially after this spectacular performance that we got from him tonight. The news on Teofimo is that right now he is in Italy on vacation with his wife Cynthia. But once he returns, he'll start camp once again because he's fully healthy after now testing negative for COVID-19, Joe.
Wow, breaking news. This just in. ESPN says that Teofimo is vacationing in Italy with his expecting wife. Conflicting reports are now leaking in the boxing industry saying that Teofimo still has the Rona. How did he recover so quick? So many questions. Stay tuned to this video. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Make sure you smash the like button, subscribe to the channel. Now, Ego Stradamus, it looks like I've struck again. Teofimo was supposed to fight George Kambosos, and immediately upon hearing the news, it was on this day, June 15th. And as of me recording the video, it is June 28th, right? You guys heard the clip at the beginning. So let me take you back, if you allow me to take you back to June 15th. That's the Tuesday, the week of the fight. So initially, Teofimo and his dad said they were going to sell 2 million, and they got J-Lo and a ton of people going to be at their fight. J Balvin. It's a big deal on Triller, and Triller knows what they're doing. And he expected 2 million plus pay-per-view buys, which is something Canelo's not even doing, right? And it sounded insane, but what made it more insane is Mayweather, after Teofimo Kambosos was already scheduled, announced that he's fighting a YouTuber in an exhibition that doesn't count on anyone's record. And Triller and Teofimo and the whole situation felt threatened by that, so they had to move his date. Then they moved it for Floyd Mayweather, and they complained about it in interviews. And then the week of the fight, the Miami fight that I was looking forward to with Teofimo and Kambosos for the belts that Teo had that he won versus Lomachenko, all of a sudden they said it's canceled. They said Teofimo got the Rona. I'm like, man, that's not good. And I started thinking, and immediately I told you something didn't sit well. So let me take you back. Teo posted this June 15th. It says, by now, you've heard the news that I had to withdraw from the fight due to the Rona. Being a champion means doing hard things, no exceptions. And I choose to keep my fellow athletes safe. I am devastated to disappoint so many people. I know the sacrifices we have all made to get here. I believe I am doing the right thing. I don't want to infect anybody. Sport has power. I choose to use my power to be a good example. Yada, 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 right? Said the most powerful thing I could do is protect those I love and the sport I love and the promoters. Thank you, trainers, blah, 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 right? So off rip, I told you there were several things that, hey, son, you smell that? It just smelled fishy, Now, of course, I know the Rona is a real thing and people get it, but I told you something with this didn't make sense. Like, if you listen to this write-up that I just read for you, he's saying I'm devastated, but he's making it sound like he's taking a personal stance to sit this one out. But if you really and truly have the Rona, you don't really have an option. He's saying, I choose, and I chose to use my power to be a good example. I choose to keep my fellow athletes safe. So to me, that sounded a bit weird. How are you choosing? If you really have the C-19, the virus, they won't allow your fight. They won't sanction. So you're not choosing. So I'm like, why is he making it sound like whoever wrote this, they're making it sound like he's noble and he's just choosing to keep everyone safe. Like, hey, I choose to forfeit this match. So that was one red flag. Now, Ego Stradamus looks like he's about to strike. You guys heard the clip at the beginning of this video, and ESPN last night, Lomachenko, I still haven't got a chance to watch it. I was watching Gervonta Davis, great card, versus Mario Barrios. But I heard Lomachenko look good, and they said people are saying Lomachenko's back, so credit to him. haven't watched it myself, so that's why I haven't made any videos about it. But during that performance where Lomachenko, I'll take people's word for it because some trusted people said Lomachenko was looking spicy. So I'm like, good, okay, great. Lomachenko coming off a second loss in his career, and he beat Nakatani up. You know, not really a guy with defense. Says, thank you everyone for the well wishes and the prayers. Now, I told you I had red flags and I was apprehensive about believing the whole Rona because it's just so many little things. Like another one I said was Teofimo amended his contract with Top Rank. So the fight, you see him with the Triller shirt. He did this whole standoff. He was seemingly beefing with Top Rank and he wanted them to pony up. They didn't, went to a purse bid. Then Bob Arum got mad at Eddie Hearn. This is why you guys got to subscribe to my channel for the latest and greatest, because this is just a quick recap encapsulating what's happened. You know, I'm not going to go over every single thing. That's why you got to, if you want to be in tune, this is your one-stop shop for all your boxing needs. So long story short, T.O.'s next fight was going to be off network on ESPN on Triller. I said, don't be surprised if his next fight doesn't take place in Miami or doesn't take place on Triller, or both of them, right? I said something's just feeling fishy. Now you guys heard the clip at the beginning of this video. ESPN on the Nakatani Lomachenko telecast told the whole world, which if you didn't hear it, somehow you just fast forward the video or something. Bernardo Osuna, ESPN reporter, was on the telecast for the Loma fight. Teofimo's dad was in attendance, and they basically did a handshake deal that Teofimo would now fight Lomachenko. So Bob Arum, you got to listen. Bob Arum says a lot of things. I don't believe all of which are true, but sometimes he will tell you the truth in there, right? And Bob Arum said, oh yeah, Teofimo and Lomachenko part 2 would be a big fight. So all of a sudden, Teofimo has this amended contract with Top Rank, which I heard he had added an extra 2 years to his contract, an extra 2 years to his contract. So virtually an amended contract, kind of like an extension. They're ponying up and paying him more money because he demanded more. So his minimum or whatever goes up, or they incentivized him in some kind of way. That's his money, so I don't really care about all the specific details. And then now all of a sudden, the whole word is that Bob Arum and ESPN, they're pushing Lopez and Loma too. It says confirmed. Everyone wants it. Now keep in mind, Teofimo's team was adamant about never giving a rematch to Lomachenko. They said he's a crybaby. He blamed his shoulder, this and that. Somehow, some way, you know, Teo had this fit, went over to Triller. Then he resolved that amicably, got more money from Top Rank, staying on ESPN, because he was making it sound like he was going to sue Top Rank or he can get out of his Top Rank contract. You guys got to remember all these details, right? And then Teofimo and his dad went from saying, oh, no, we're done with Lomachenko, we'll never give him another opportunity, to now it says confirmed, everybody wants it. So Lomachenko, he's always, credit to him, he's always stated that he wanted to fight against Lopez again. Old media is looking so bad right now. This is Swiss cheese. So many holes in this situation. So many different holes in this situation, right? So I told you something was amiss, right? So let's put all this together. Teofimo's supposed to fight Camboso. They moved from the fight date that they initially had because of Floyd Mayweather. Then now all of a sudden, it doesn't sound like it's going to be in Miami. Rumors and industry sources said they might put that fight on an Oscar De La Hoya comeback card, but Teofimo was saying that he's worth, he's going to do 2 million buys and all this stuff. But then why would you be the co-feature? So something is going on, and I don't know. I told you from the beginning, it sounds fishy. So I don't believe any of this. I don't believe that Teo, you know, maybe he doesn't get the 6 million that he initially, the purse bid was won for. Something is going on, because you got to look at Triller. This was before they inherited and they added the big 3 in the versus battles, and they were willing to spend. Now they see that boxing is not as easy. The barrier of entry is easy, but to make money, maybe they overshot and overstated Teofimo's worth. then to make that more messed up, you have reporters. This is the reporter from The Athletic, right? And he is alleging that Teofimo is bedridden, right? Here it is. Says Teofimo is still recovering from the Rona. His manager, David McWalters, tells me, right? So this doesn't say sources. It specifically tells you who said it. Teofimo Lopez is still recovering from Rona. His manager, David McWalters, tells me, and he remains at his home in Las Vegas. But you guys heard the clip at the beginning, and they said he's with his expecting wife in Italy. Lopez still waiting to test negative for the Rona because he tested positive today. This was just on the day of Tank's fight. So keep in mind, Tank Davis, Leonard Ellaby said he don't got no Rona. He ain't selling no tickets. ES News got a video with this, right? Leonard Ellaby, I made a video about this because he put that on his Twitter, right? So one reporter is telling you that he heard from Split Team Management and Teofimo's manager, David McWalters, that he's still waiting to test negative. But then on the national television telecast, which I played at the beginning, I might even insert right here in this video.
It has to happen immediately after the George Kambosos mandatory fight for Teofimo Lopez. That fight was postponed due to a positive COVID test for Teofimo Lopez. It's still in the air whether it'll be in August or September. But the news here is that the Lopez camp is willing to grant VASILY Lomachenko a rematch, especially after this spectacular performance that we got from him tonight. The news on Teofimo is that right now he is in Italy on vacation with his wife Cynthia. But once he returns, he'll start camp once again because he's fully healthy after now testing negative for COVID-19, Joe.
They're saying that Teofimo already tested negative and he's with his expecting wife. So this looks all types of funny. This looks all type, just what I predicted. So how would they not know that? How would they not know where this kid is? If you got the Rona, don't you have to quarantine for 14 days? This man tested positive, assuming on June 15th. It hasn't even been 15 days yet. 15 days, I'm not the smartest brother in the world. That'd be June 30th. So they said he pulled out of the Kambosos fight because he had the Rona. Other people like George Kambosos himself said that he believed that Teofimo, it was some other reason, like maybe he couldn't make weight. So I don't know, but it sounds like there's deception at play here, right? Here's another thing to consider. The Rona is absolutely a serious thing. I get that, but he has a wife now, and they said Bob Arum did an interview saying that Teofimo can't fight. I think it was for the Shakur Stevenson fight week, that Teofimo cannot fight Devin Haney because Devin Haney's contract's up with Eddie Hearn. So there's 30 days to negotiate what he's doing, what his next move is. And Teofimo has an expecting wife that's having a baby in like November. So he has to get this show on the road, and Teofimo has to fight in October. This is what Arum said, right? This is what Arum said. So they ruled out Devin Haney, which would settle the undisputed. So how did this man, he's Wolverine. He just recovered. He's Logan. He just has this impeccable healing where he tests positive. And then reports on June 6th are saying that June 6th at 9:10 p.m. reports from his own manager are saying he's bedridden, quarantining at home. But then on ESPN, they said that he's in Italy. So again, apparently Teofimo Lopez is the new X-Men. He's a mutant. He's Wolverine. Hey, bub. Berserker Mirage. Drill power. He can just heal like that. I told you something was up with this. Something was up. They told you on national. And if you didn't believe the audio that I played, here's a different reporter. And he says this is a stark contrast to the claims made during the ESPN telecast that Teofimo Lopez is on vacation with his wife in Italy after recently testing negative. Convo seems to get shut down in a hurry when Teofimo Sr. was approached about, leading me to believe that this is true. So that you guys tell me what it is. Here's another angle for the folks. And I don't just have a bunch of conspiracy theories, but I don't like when people try to insult my intelligence. This is probably one of the worst things you can do. Here's another thing. If you're a first-time father and you have a child on the way and you're expecting, how are you on vacation or even living with or like doing stuff like that if you have the Rona? Because now you have a baby on the way. So I don't know all the details about Rona, but it seems like that would be a situation where women going through pregnancy are considered high risk. You know, there's high risk for like complications. So they're saying that he has the Rona, and like nobody else in his circle has it, because Teofimo's dad was just at the Nakatani fight. I just showed you. So his dad was at the media days with him. So they said Teofimo contracted the Rona some type of way, right? But his dad was at this fight right there. Boom. So his dad, Teofimo's dad, he don't have it. He's still wearing his mask, right? So he don't have it. Teofimo, I'm presuming his wife who's pregnant, she don't have it, but they live together. ESPN said that they're on vacation in Italy. And then now, days after Teofimo gets this amended contract from Top Rank, you know, right after that happens, and Nakatani gets destroyed by Lomachenko, now all of a sudden everyone's in agreement to have a rematch on pay-per-view. You know, man, this whole situation looks and smells fishy. You guys let me know what it is in the comment section. Many different things at play, but I can assure you it's not hard to see deception. You know, George Kambosos, who said that he thinks Teo was struggling to make weight or wasn't ready and didn't want to continue with the fight, or the Top Rank amended deal changed something, or Triller was losing money, or, you know, Leonard Ellaby and Tank Davis, what they said was right about the tickets weren't selling. But something gotta give, because this makes absolutely no sense. Because listen to what they said on national TV. How is your manager, David McWater, telling a reporter, and they're publishing it, I just showed you, that you tested negative, or you're waiting for a negative test and you keep testing positive, but you're quarantining with a pregnant wife? And then the telecast is saying something so specific. Like, they didn't say, oh, he's chilling, he's around, he's at Circus, blah, blah, blah. They said he was in Italy. So where would this even come from? Where would you even get Italy? He's in Italy with his expecting wife. Like, so who told that to the point where an ESPN reporter would notate that publicly? It just, the whole story doesn't sound put together. You know, that's the bottom line. It doesn't sound, something is not copacetic. You guys let me know what you think it is, but there's more than meets the eye. And again, magically, Lomachenko and Teofimo is a done deal for, I guess, October on pay-per-view, when Teofimo and his father were hesitant that they never were going to give Lomachenko a rematch. You know, I might be able to find it. And here's a quick sidebar. One thing that's crazy is on the ESPN telecast, they said that Teofimo Lopez is in Italy. That's one of the worst regions for Rona cases. It even surpassed the UK. So it's like, what? Why would you go there of all places if you had the Rona? Makes no sense to me. Boom. Right there. We got action. See? Teofimo Lopez details why he won't rematch Lomachenko. January 5th, right? There's no point in a rematch with Lomachenko, right? Loma is basic. No rematch is necessary. So from the minute he beat Lomachenko at the post-fight, this is what he's been saying. Teofimo Lopez again refuses to give Lomachenko a rematch, right? This was from January 8th. Now all of a sudden, he says he's going to Triller, and then he pulls out with the Rona. There's swirling industry rumors about what the reason was for the real pullout, and now everything's buddy and patched up. And because Lomachenko beat a guy that he already beat in Nakatani, Now the fight gets made. That's what I'm supposed to believe. After he's adamantly refused and talked about he has to move up to 140 because he can't make lightweight anymore. Man, these guys' stories all over the place. And then now all of a sudden Teofimo has just gone completely ghost. No one's heard of him. He's usually decently active on social media. You know, I follow him on the Twitters and stuff like that. Now all of a sudden he's just totally ghost. His manager's telling a reporter this, national TV, ESPN telecast telling the fans something else. Man, why don't you get this with other promoters? Like when you look at PBC, why don't you get this? Like why doesn't Errol Spence, you never hear about Errol Spence saying I'm fighting Pacquiao and then the fight don't happen. You never hear about Deontay Wilder saying anything about the arbitration. He said nothing and then won the arbitration. But it's all like this shenanigans with certain people, you know? So something doesn't add up to me. You guys can say whatever you want. Leave me a comment. Use my link in the description to get TubeBuddy. TubeBuddy is an awesome browser extension to make money on this YouTube platform by optimizing your content. I've been using TubeBuddy for years. It definitely could help you. We started at 0 subscribers, over 200,000. Let's keep it rocking. Subscribe if you like the video. This is your one-stop shop for boxing. Yeah. I'm a truth speaker and a truth seeker. This whole Teo situation looks extremely bizarre. Somebody's not telling the truth. Let me know what you think it is. As always, hate, comment, and subscribe. Till next video is Ego, signing off.